Focus on my brake lights.
Ain't turning back. Now that I'm back on track, yeah. Take my word from it. Put a couple bands on it. And I don't plan on letting people turn me. No. You can say what you want. I'ma keep pressing on. I can't go pop that thing like I'm feeling green. Right? Talking to my past like focus on my brake lights. Cruising to my future now.
Breaking the silence is not breaking the silence unless something crazy and funny is going on. You're wondering who are these ladies here on my screen? Listen, let us introduce ourselves before we go any further. My name is Nori.
I'm Angeli.
I'm ShyTia.
And for this next hour, you are tuned into Breaking the Silence, okay? Here we break the silence on all and every topic you can possibly think of. And today is no different, right, ladies?
Exactly.
Yes, for sure.
But before we get into the topics, you know, there's one thing us three have in common, and that is coffee ritual. So, Angeli, what is your coffee ritual? What is one thing you need to have on your coffee?
Something sweet.
Something sweet.
Yes. Not too sweet,
Not too
but
sweet.
I cannot take black.
No?
I can't.
Yeah.
So
Same
it's
here.
either a creamer with a sweetener or like just a sweetener. No sugar for now.
Okay.
For now. But yeah, that's something I need to have in my coffee.
Okay. What about you, Tia?
You know, I like to get into the festive spirit, you know? So like when the weather changes, I kind of like to change the taste of my creamer.
Let me guess, pumpkin spice.
No.
Oh, okay.
Hazelnut.
Oh, yes, hazelnut is a really,
French
really good
vanilla
one.
for a certain
Okay.
time. So I change it throughout the year.
Okay, all
So
right.
specialty creamer.
Creamer.
Okay,
All right. And you,
specialty
Nori?
creamer. Mine will have to be oat milk. Yes, it needs to be plant-based. It needs to be lactose-free. Because
Lactose.
child, if you give me a regular coffee, you setting me up for failure. But you know what? We're just gonna leave it at that.
Not too much detail.
Yes. TMI is not good.
But there's some people that can relate, though. I'm pretty sure there's some people watching right now that can
They're
relate.
like, oh girl, I got my oat milk, my almond milk right
There
in
you
my
go.
fridge.
There you go. But listen, today we're going to be talking about very interesting topics. And the first topic that we're going to be talking about is the power of forgiveness. Oh no, Nori, Tia, Angeli, you lost me there. No, you're gonna stick with us. Don't change the channel because we're definitely gonna touch on this topic.
Yes.
Capiche? Capiche. And our next topic is fall decor on a dime.
Oh, I like this one.
We are in the fall season, and you know, you want to switch up yourself, your place, your home, make it nice and cozy and comfy. We're going to be getting into that in just a few, but we're gonna give you guys some time. Let's give them time to go get their coffee, their hot chocolate, their tea.
No, they gotta do their coffee ritual that we just spoke.
So
So
go
what is
do
your
your coffee
coffee
ritual,
Yes,
whatever it is you throw in there.
Their clothes, you know, this is the best time for them to fold their
Get yourself
laundry.
a nice
They're
warm blanket.
entertained.
Official laundry.
There you go.
folding
I think that
time.
became a staple.
Definitely a to-do during breaking the silence.
There you go.
Laundry.
Go get whatever you need to get. We're gonna go on a break and we will be right back. Ladies, because there's so much in store for the viewers here on Breaking the Silence. Am I right?
Yes, I'm ready.
We won't disappoint. But you know what? We're gonna give you guys that time. We're gonna go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
Empowered women, empowering conversations. Stay with us on Breaking the Silence as we inspire and uplift each other.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown. And we'd never babysit with a screen. We said we'd never let the toys take over.
Mariella!
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight. Skylar, come here. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
Stronger together. Breaking the Silence is your community for support and inspiration.
Doesn't it seem like more people are connecting through social media these days than through real-life personal conversations? It's a new phenomenon affecting the lives of both young and old. There's a constant search for validation from online likes, comments, reactions, and reposts. That's beginning to replace time-honored behaviors of face-to-face conversations, relationships, and bonds of friendship. Basic human social skills of life-enhancing interactions are dying off as the virtual is taking precedence over the real. The deception of social media can paint a picture of utopia. But like any idol, most of what we see is an illusion. So many are falling for a false reality, and a sharp increase in depression and loneliness has been the result. It's time to put down our phones and reconnect with the real world around us. LFN encourages you to redirect your attention, to look up, and live life to the fullest. Take a break from social media. Be present. Appreciate life. Because life's story won't write itself.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Understand that things happen, life happens, mistakes happen.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
For when you're mentally exhausted, it's a completely different thing.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
And as we're always exploring here on Breaking the Silence, we are definitely going to explore on a topic that for a lot of people is a heavy one. But, you know, in life, we always need that reality check. In order to move, to grow, to improve, to surpass, we need to rip off that Band-Aid and we need to begin to heal. In order to heal, you have to hurt. As crazy as it may sound, but that is the process for true healing. So we're definitely going to be exploring the concept of forgiveness for ourselves and for others, right, ladies? Because when it comes to forgiveness, a lot of people have different definitions for what it means to forgive for them.
You know, I think also with Hollywood standards, forgive and forget, it's like people are like, they can't forgive because they didn't forget. So it's like, oh, I didn't forget what they did to me.
Right.
So that means I didn't forgive them. But it's not true. Like, you don't get amnesia when you forgive somebody. You're just choosing not to allow that to hurt you anymore. You're choosing not to allow them to have power over you. And what I mean by power over you is like, let's say you hear their name. Your whole day is ruined. You see them, it's like you go backwards. So that's power over you. You can be having a good day, woke up great, got great news, but the moment you hear their voice, you see their face, it's just like everything instantly changed. And that's the power that they have over you.
And sometimes it's also when they say time is gonna heal everything. Time heals everything. Like, just give me some time and eventually, as you said, I will forget it and eventually I would forgive. But then that is basically like a Band-Aid that you're putting on a wound that, okay, let me just keep on covering it up until maybe I'll forget it. But again, if there is a triggering situation, then you'll actually say to yourself that, hey, I haven't really forgiven.
Yeah, and you said the key word for me, trigger. That's how you know you really haven't forgiven someone. If you are triggered by their name, if you are triggered by watching someone going through that same scenario that you went through, if you are triggered, you know, with flashbacks, if you are triggered by words that this person probably said to you that really hurted you, if you're triggered by those things, if it makes you feel some type of way, if it makes you withdraw, if it makes you shut down, if it makes you, you know, lash out, if it makes you do any of these negative things, then you really haven't let it go. You really haven't forgiven. You know, yeah, but you don't understand what they did to me. Like, they really did me wrong. But you know what? And it might sound kind of hard, but in life, you will always have people that are going to disappoint you.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is that we put ourselves through that torture. We put ourselves through that emotional torture because we want to wave that green flag as, I have the right to be upset and angry and not forgive. And I'm going to make sure that this person is reminded every single day that, you know, they hurt me and they did
But
this.
you know, sorry to cut you, but it's not even that the person has to be reminded, because there's people that I've spoken to and the person who hurt them is no longer in their life. They haven't heard from them in so long. And I tell them sometimes, like, that person maybe don't even remember what they did. Like, you're holding on to this and they don't remember. Or what if that person is dead? Like,
There
that
you go.
person
I was
died
just
years
about to say
ago,
that.
And you're
Yeah.
still holding on to this pain. You're still holding on to this hurt.
Yeah.
And it's just like your life is kind of frozen.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's say it happened when you were 20 or 10 or 5 or whatever age you were. It's like your life stopped at that moment. And it's like physically your body's getting older, but like mentally, emotionally, you're frozen in that time.
The trauma has passed, but you're still keeping
You're reliving
that,
it.
Exactly. You're still keeping that alive, and that's not hurting anyone but you. Always remember, and yes, a lot of people, they don't like hearing this, but forgiveness is not for that person. Forgiveness is for you, because let me tell you something. When you hold unforgiveness, that's like a job. It's like a job that drains you emotionally, mentally, because as Tia said not too long ago, you could be good. You could be good. You can be doing you can be living life and, you know, doing what you got to do. And the moment you see that person or you hear that person, is like you work yourself up again. You work yourself mentally,
Or even
emotionally.
you have to remind yourself. It's like you can be good and you have to be like, oh wait, I'm mad at you.
Exactly. Like,
It's true.
we don't have time for that anymore.
Exactly.
You know, and I've also seen scenarios like this. Let's say, for example, I hurt Angeli. But I really love Angeli. She's the person that I hold dear to me, you know, and I want the relationship to be restored. You know, I want us to, you know, be our go-to people again. And, you know, because I really appreciate and I value Angeli so much. But she hurt me to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm always going to remind her. I'm not going to let it go, and this and that and the other. But then, unfortunately, something happens to Angeli and she's no longer here. The guilt. The guilt that goes through a person's mind.
Like, I should have been nicer.
Exactly. I should have forgiven. I should have went and spoken to her. I should have, you know, made peace with her. I should have done what I needed to do, because now she's not around and I can't say I'm sorry, or I can't release forgiveness, or we can't squash this problem that we had that was probably petty, maybe.
Yeah,
You know?
and then now, sorry, no, but because like now the unforgiveness transferred to yourself. Because now you were not able to forgive that person. Now you're not able to forgive yourself.
There you go.
So that's a double thing now.
Exactly.
Because how are you going to do that? Because hey, the person is not here anymore, or you know something really bad happened to her. Now I'm going to constantly having that blame or guilt that, oh my goodness, like if time could, like, you know, just
If I can go
back in time and you know, and all of this, if
exactly. You know, and as you were talking
Coulda, shoulda,
about
woulda.
the person might not be here, like, what do you do then? And something that I always suggest a person, like, maybe that person is no longer in your life, maybe that person's not around, or maybe you're just not ready to speak to them face to face. You can write a letter. You can write a release letter, and you can put all of your emotions there. You can put, you know, cry even while you're writing the letter, but just let everything out. Maybe you may never send the letter to them. Maybe they will never read it, but think of it like, if they was to read this letter, what would I say to them? And don't hold back the punches. Don't try to be polite. Don't try to be nice, simple, like, oh, you know, this and that. No, be like, listen, you did this. It hurt me. I didn't like the way you did this. I didn't like the way you said that. Or you never apologized to this. Like, because of you, today I'm like this, I'm like that. You know, by doing that, you're showing, like, you're releasing those feelings, and then you're no longer having that guilt inside of you.
Yeah. Or sometimes people say, I don't feel like forgiving this person. Life is not about feeling.
Yeah.
You can't feel your way through life. We're at a day and age where we can't waste time.
Yeah.
We cannot waste time. You know, life is short. You never know what tomorrow holds.
Yeah.
So whatever is in your power right now to do, to make amends, to release forgiveness, we gotta do it. Because like I said, like the scenario that I just gave about Angeli, you never know. You know, you never know if there's a relationship that you want. It's kind of like that child, you know, those of you who are parents, you know, you spank your child, you hit your child, and they're upset. You know, they stomp their feet, they fold their arms, they huff and puff, they turn
And you
away,
tell
or
them
they
to
roll
come
their
there, like,
eyes.
"No, I don't wanna go."
But in reality, what they really do want is for you to hug them, to embrace, to say, I'm sorry, and they'll say, I'm sorry. Maybe this is you. Maybe the inner child inside of you really wants that. So why are you fighting it?
Exactly.
Why are you fighting it? You know, just go ahead and do it and release it. It's a decision.
Yeah.
It's not something you say, okay, well, you know what? I feel like forgiving this person. No, it's not. It's a decision that you make. It's a decision, a sound decision that you make because you realize that you want to be free from this burden,
Exactly.
or you don't want this person to have a hold over your life any longer.
Yeah, and even because like feelings, they're very like, they fluctuate, right?
Yeah.
So tomorrow maybe I don't feel like, and then today I feel like, so you can't really rely on them. So like, as you said, decision, okay, even though I don't feel like it at the moment, but I am deciding that I'm going to do it. Because if in life, let's say example, like anything in life, if you just feel like achieving something, or I feel like today I'm going to go out to do this, I feel like today I'm going to do this, you're not going to achieve anything, or you're not going to actually do it because of the, you know, the feeling. And so decide, make a decision to actually release that forgiveness.
Yeah.
And if it happened like to you, if you're constantly blaming yourself about something, release that forgiveness to yourself, towards yourself, because again, it's just you who's hurting. It's not the other person.
And, you know, they can practice that mirror talk. Like, you know, like look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I forgive you for this. I forgive you for that. You know, you're constantly reminding yourself that you're not going to, you know, dwell on it. But forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to be fooled, right? You don't have to be foolish, because sometimes people will say like, okay, I forgave that person. Now I have to let them back in my life. Now I have to give them the same access to me that they had in the past. No, you're not going to be foolish in a sense where they're going to have direct access to you, because yes, they have hurt you. It's like, you know, I know that Nori steals from people. She doesn't steal, but I'm just giving an example.
Girl, what
I know that she steals from people. So it's like she stole from me once, you know, I forgave her, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to leave my valuables around her. I'm going to leave my jewelry out. I'm going to, like, if I know she's coming over, I'm going to put away stuff. Why? Because it's like, yeah, she, you know, I'm allowing her to come close to me, but I'm not going to put her in that situation where she can hurt me again.
Exactly. Forgiveness and boundaries. You know, a lot of people, and that's another definition. That's another definition that people think or have in their minds. Like, if I forgive this person, you know, that's just let them hurt me again. And that's not the case. You know, you can forgive a person and you can love them at a distance. You can do as the example that ShyTia did as well. It's not saying that you're going to open yourself up again and make yourself vulnerable and be like, oh, hey, you know, you have complete access to me now. No, forgiveness with boundaries. Everything that you do in life has to be balanced, all right? But I hope that this was able to help you, that you were able to take some actionable tips that you can actually apply. And always remember, forgiving is not a feeling, it is a decision. But we're gonna go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
Don't change the channel. We will be right back with more Breaking the Silence.
I'm Naheem Hines, proud supporter of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. My mom has muscular dystrophy, and the MDA helps her and kids like my buddy Ethan.
My name is Ethan, and I'm 12 years old. Thanks to the Muscular Dystrophy Association and people like you, I have more hope than ever before. And MDA funds over 150 care centers for kids like me.
For over 70 years, MDA has been transforming the lives of people living with muscular dystrophy, ALS, and related neuromuscular diseases. Learn more at mda.org today.
On LFN, we air many faith-based programs, each unique in its own way. But Showdown of Faith is here to deliver a show of less talk and more power. Hosted by Bishop Joshua.
It seems like you are alone in this battle. No, you are not alone. We are here together with you to assist you. And this show is for you who say, I feel helpless, hopeless.
When words aren't enough, this show delivers action. Real testimonies, real miracles, real lives transformed by faith. Witness the impossible become possible. See God's power in action. Don't just watch, experience it for yourself. Live Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time and Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, only on LFN. Showdown of Faith, a show of less talk and more power.
Real women, real talk. Breaking the silence is where it all goes down. Let's connect and empower together.
Have you heard the good news? LFN is now reaching even more homes across the country. That's right. You can now watch LFN on Verizon Fios Channel 792, Frontier Channel 726. Tell your friends, tell your family, LFN is now airing in your city and right in your home. So put that remote down and stay connected to life-changing content that uplifts, encourages, and transforms. LFN, a network with a purpose.
The Universal Church in Houston has been a beacon of faith, hope, and transformation. Since opening its doors on February 7th, 2010, countless lives have been restored and renewed. Here, faith is more than just words. It's action. Visit us today at 7075 Southwest Freeway, Houston, Texas, 77074, and take the first step toward your new beginning.
Yes, Breaking the Silence is back, and today we are going to play Empowered Echo. Not pretty much play, but we are going to see a series of quotes, and my beautiful co-host and I will share.
Yes.
We're going to share, right, ladies?
Yeah. Yes.
What these quotes mean to us, how we interpret them. So, are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yes. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
And we would love to know from y'all too. So always make sure you go on our page and you share, okay? So let us go with our first one. Bam! The first one is, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And this is by Steve Jobs. And this is so true. I truly believe that, because when you're doing something you love, you're never exhausted, you're never tired. You're actually more creative, motivated, and seeing what you can do to be better at it, or to even better it.
Yeah, and you know, you have that pleasure to keep trying new things. Even if you fail, you know, you have joy to be like, you know what, let me try it this way, let me do it that way. If you don't like what you're doing, you mess up, things don't go up the way it's supposed to go, you're just like, oh, whatever, I don't care. But it's like when you do enjoy it, you're always interested in like trying new ways, you know, know, you're like, okay, I messed up, but let's see how I can make it work. And that solution would be so satisfying to you.
And even if you fail, as you mentioned, it's something that you won't consider as a failure, but it's like a stepping stone or a learning experience because it's something that you love. So you're not going to give up on it. Like, okay, I failed today trying, but I'm going to try again because I just love what I'm doing, that I'm going to continue going.
There you go. All righty.
Thanks, Steve Jobs.
Tia, can you read the next one for us?
Our next one says, be the change you wish to see in the world. And that is from Mahatma Gandhi. And we all know about him. But it is true. It's like, and I always tell people, like, it's so easy to complain. It's so easy to point out somebody's flaws, to say what they're not doing. But then it's like, what are you doing?
Right.
You know, if that person is not doing the right thing, if you're complaining about it, how can you make it a solution rather than complaining? Because complaining doesn't change anything. Actually, it just makes you more upset about the situation.
Yeah, I look at it as kind of, a lot of people, they get discouraged. They're quick to throw in the towel for something that they would love to see, a change that they would love to see, because they don't see anybody really putting in the work to actually be a part of that change. But once you start being that change, other people are going to see, and it's going to be kind of like a domino effect. So be that change first. Don't get discouraged. Don't throw in the towel. Be that change. Stand on it. Be firm on it, and go all the way. And you will see the big impact that is going to make in the world.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they're like, okay, change the world. Like, what kind of grand gestures do I have to do? However, you're impacting already those people closest to you. But sometimes you ignore those. You ignore those, your loved ones, your family, your friend is always there because you want to have like that change in the world. However, it starts with the people around you, with the ones closest to you. As you said, it's like a domino effect that could impact the world.
All right, I like this, y'all.
Okay.
Angeli, can you read the next one for us?
Okay, our third one. It's from Norman Peale. Okay. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. It means, for me, keep trying, you know? Because sometimes when we fail in something, we just stop because, hey, this is my goal and I missed the goal, so I stop. But it says, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. You will eventually find something or you're going to discover something that you're good at. But because if you just stop shooting over the moon, you shooting for the moon, and you're just like, you know what, I failed in this, and maybe I'll just venture in something else, or maybe I'll just stop completely, then that is already, you're not even going to discover something that's great for you. You're not opening new doors for you. So keep trying, keep doing, don't give up.
I took it as, aim high. Like, you can never aim too high because maybe, as you say, you might not reach the goal that you want, but where you land is still higher than you were. As you said, like, some people are so quick to give up because they didn't get where they wanted to be. But just because you're not where you wanted to be doesn't mean that's not where you're meant to be. So I think that's something. I like that quote.
For me, it's like, keep going. Just as you guys said, keep going and persevere. You're not going to get it the first time, second time, third time, but it's something that's like embedded in you that you really want to see or accomplish, achieve, or whatever. You're going to get it right eventually. Every time you miss, that's an opportunity, or that is a learning experience that you are gaining to make it closer and better the next time. So you shoot, you miss, no problem. But there's going to be this one day where you're going to shoot and you're going to hit bullseye. So don't give up. Keep going.
Okay.
All right. So let us go to our next one. Our next one says, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. This is by Eleanor Roosevelt. Yes, 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 and yes. Need I say more? I don't even think so. I mean, we've been talking lately a lot about boundaries, and we've been talking a lot about value and stuff like that. And I think this here sums it up. If you give that person consent, I mean, listen, a person will do as much as you allow them to. So there has to be that point where you have to be able to draw that line.
And something my husband always tells me is that you give value to people's, like, their opinion. So it's like, if their opinion isn't nothing to you, then you won't feel inferior, you know. But if their opinion means so much to you, then you're going to feel inferior. So you have to value, you have to weigh what the opinion is. Is this opinion going to motivate me, going to benefit me? Is it to, you know, help me get higher, or is it just to put me down, you know? And if it's something that puts you down, just put it as like a penny, you know, because like pocket change, you give to the homeless, you give to people, like it's not much to you. You're not going to give $100 bill to just anybody, you know? So that's the same thing with people's opinion. Don't let their opinion be $100 to you when it's supposed to be a penny.
Yeah. And of course, if you really value yourself, you have that self-value, your self-worth, you know what really matters and what really is not. So if that person who's, you know, throwing whatever negative opinions about you, but you know yourself, you know you have your self-worth, you have your self-value. So you're automatically not giving that person that consent because you know what you're capable of doing, you know what you're doing, right? No one can tell you, hey, this one, maybe you can tone down a little bit, but again, if you allow that, just a little hole, right? Just a little crack, just a little gap, then you're automatically giving that, hey, consent, and then you are pushing that boundary back again. So basically, you're giving them for you to be able to feel inferior and having that consent for them.
Okay, all right. Yes. Let's go to our next one.
Is not all those who wander are lost. This is from J.R.R. Tolkien. And you know, I really like this because a lot of times it's like sometimes you don't reach where you want to be right away. And so people are like, oh, you're not getting nowhere, you're not doing nothing. But you don't know where your journey is going to take you. You don't know where that's leading you. So just stay on your path, stay on your journey. Don't worry about other people, you know, rushing you, or maybe your life is not like your sisters, your brothers, your mom. Oh, when I was 20, you know, I was doing this at your age and you're not doing anything. Just be you, because you'll eventually get to where you need to be.
I like that. I looked at it different. I looked at it like this. Yeah, not everyone is lost. They wander around, but that's because they're open-minded to so many and everything. It's like, it doesn't matter where life takes them. They embrace that moment. They embrace that time to learn. They embrace that time to grow. They embrace that time to, you know, try different things to see exactly what fits. So if push comes to shove, they're not just stuck or limited to one thing and then end up feeling lost in that. But because they've been able to, you know, expand their way of thinking or way of doing things, they're able to kind of like fit in or multitask in a whole bunch of stuff. So that's how I interpret it.
And I also think it this way that, you know, because sometimes people will dictate like what they want you to be, or, oh no, you're supposed to be like this, or no, you should know better, or you've experienced that before already, so you should be able to finish or accomplish this. And then you feel like, yeah, you're lost at the moment, but you're gonna discover something about yourself that, hey, I'm resilient, or I'm actually persevering, or I'm actually patient. But it is in this lost moment that I'm actually learning all these things. Imagine if I wasn't lost at all, like I was just following whatever people are telling me, or my culture or tradition told me to be this person, then you were not going to be discover talents or skills, or maybe even sometimes you're like really lost, right? But then you will try to push yourself to be where you want to be.
Yeah. Okay. I like that one. All right. One more. Do we have another one? Bam.
All right. So this is from William Camden. The early bird catches the worm. So I'm going to take it literally that the early bird really catches the worm. And it's true, because when you do, instead of procrastinating, when you do things that you are able to do today, because again, tomorrow's not promised, right? And you never know if, okay, I'll just push it for tomorrow, or that deadline is going to be, you know, it's fine, or I'll have time tomorrow, or later, I can do that later on. But then what if something else pops up, you know? Because again, you don't know emergencies. They're not going to say, hey, it's going to be an emergency right now. No, there's no notice. So whatever you can do today, then do it.
Exactly. I agree with that. You know, why wait when you can do it today?
There you go. And the sooner you start, the sooner you finish. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Empowered Echo. We would love to hear your interpretation of some of these quotes. Again, you can always go to our Instagram page and drop it there. Let us know what you thought of them. But we're going to go on a quick break, and we will be back with our next topic.
Hear from strong women who are crushing their goals, overcoming challenges, and living their best lives. You won't want to miss a single empowering minute. Stay tuned and join the movement.
Do you know what it means to have the Spirit of the Most High God living inside of you? And did you know that this Spirit is not given by measure, but is poured out in abundance upon those who believe? Just as it happened to the Lord Jesus when he came into this world. This is so wonderful that we can't just limit ourselves to do his work in a mediocre manner. This is just a glimpse of the revelations that are shared in this book with servants of the Most High. The message is an urgent call for today's church to reclaim God's principles, among which are sincerity and care for the altar. Each chapter is a warning for men and women not to become spiritually lost by disregarding God's call. Those who recognize the privilege and responsibility of serving the Almighty will certainly hear God's call and strengthen their faith. I challenge you to read this book and find the strength in God that you need to rise up and start over in your spiritual life. And if you are well, you'll grow even more in your journey of faith. You can receive this book with a gift offering of $35. Call 1-888-691-2291 and we'll mail a copy to you. You'll never be the same again after reading this book.
I'm Belinda, and this is Willard, and we were adopted in 2021. When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile, and he has a big heart to match.
The energy you give Todd, you get it back from Todd.
Yeah.
Todd's a joy.
Yes,
Todd really is a great joy.
I love him. You and you.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
You can find Universal Church on the air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on Universal Online Radio, the app that revives your spirit, strengthens your faith, and inspires you every hour of the day. Enjoy uplifting songs and music that motivate you to be an overcomer right now.
Talking to the Lord, I don't think that I can face it. Never ending.
Get inspired by real stories of faith.
I put God first because I know if I'm with him, then he's always going to be with me no matter what.
Receive messages of faith, peace, and spiritual encouragement whenever you need it.
Let the way you treat others be your legacy.
Keep up with exclusive updates and news. Enjoy the deep conversations on Bishop Vera Joshua's Soul Food Podcast to nourish your soul.
Because no one is broken beyond repair. Before the Lord.
Discover insightful lessons to make the right decisions to improve your life. Download Universal Online Radio today and stay connected to the Word of God anytime, anywhere. Find the app on the Google Play and Apple App Store.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Justification that comes with any addiction.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
But as you mature, you have to be with someone who matures with you.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
Okay, so fall is in. In the summer, you went on vacation, you broke the bank, you ran up your credit card, you did a whole bunch of stuff during the summer, and now the fall is in, but you want your house to be cozy.
Because you're hosting Thanksgiving this year, and they're gonna be coming, and they have to see the
Exactly. But how can they get into this fall decor on a dime without having to break the bank, which was was already broken.
Yeah.
Ladies,
Yes.
how can they do so?
Well, you know, there's some things that you can actually get for free. Maybe you're
That sounds good for Angeli.
Yes,
I'm listening. All ears.
So, you know, you have those mason jars, those clear jars. You know what you can do? You can go outside, go on a scavenger hunt with your children, make it a fun day, and collect different, you know, items like pine cones, the leaves, you know, different color rocks, branches, a lot of different things that nature has that's free. And you know what? They're not using it because it fell from the tree. So nothing is going to go anywhere.
You know, I was thinking about that because when you go to the stores, when you go to like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or places like that, and you see the decorations, it can kind of be costly. You probably say to yourself, I don't think this is worth me, you know, spending money on. I really would like, okay, well then you know what? Go to the park one weekend with your kids, pick them up and stuff like that. But also the thrift store. The thrift store is another place that you can be able to go and be able to get like these nice sweaters that you could probably stuff your pillows in. Maybe on your couch you have like these nice flowery pillows that you had put out over the summer and stuff, but now you want to tone it down with some nice fall colors and stuff like that. You can go to the thrift store. You never know what you can pick up, and for very, very cheap. You will be surprised. It can be a sweater that you could probably turn into a pillowcase, or a scarf, a nice knitted scarf that you can probably stretch out on a table and turn it into like a runner. You know, so there you go. Exactly. So there's different things you can do.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing is, of course, lighting, right? For fall decor, you have to have warm lighting.
Yes.
So does that mean I have to change my bulbs? I have to buy a new set of bulbs? Well, what you can do is get, you know, those battery operated candles. And if you have mason jars, I'm sure you do. You bought some things and it's contained in a mason jar. Now it's empty. So use that mason jar, put those battery operated candles, and there you go. You have warm lighting, and that's already adding to the fall vibe of your home. So that's one thing.
And you know, scents. For me, I'm a scent girl. I love to have a scent. As you know, as I said earlier, it's all about the season. You know, my coffee creamer, everything needs to have a scent. And maybe you're like, oh man, I already got all of these air wicks, these Bath and Body plugins, and this and that.
But they can get expensive sometimes.
Yeah, and it's not too healthy for you. You know, you can actually use what you have in your house for free to make scents. You know, of course, you have the essential oils, but also you have like orange peels, you know, cinnamon sticks. You can, you know, get a simmer pot and you put these like these items there, some vanilla, some cinnamon, some orange peels, or whatever you want, you know, the smell of. And then you just leave it simmering on low for throughout the day. And when people come to your house, they're gonna be like, wow, what did you make? It smells so good. You didn't make anything. You just boiled the ingredients in the simmer pot.
Exactly. And if you have trouble doing so, they can always go like on YouTube and stuff and watch some DIY videos. So you can be able to do it, you know, for yourself. And it is budget friendly because you know, at this point in your life, you were struggling to pay back all them credit cards that you done maxed out throughout the summer. But you also want your house to be nice and warm and have this wonderful, soft, gentle fragrance that when people walk in your house, they're gonna be like, ooh, it's gonna look like, you know, you went all out. You bought nice, really good, expensive, quality stuff, but you really didn't have to spend that much to do it. You know?
And also your coffee table, of course, like fall is a little bit cozy. We're kind of feeling a little, you know, it's not summer anymore that's hot. So of course, it calls for coffee. It calls for tea. It calls for hot chocolate. So make sure that your coffee table has like that tray that gives off that vibe of fall. So wooden is always like, because fall is like brown, fall is orange,
green, like a forest green.
So you wouldn't want to mask it or even like kind of imitate it with those colors. So again, thrift stores, right? You can never go wrong with thrift stores. Go to thrift store. Oh, no, I don't have time. Well, make some time because this is budget friendly, okay? If you don't want to break the bank, again, well, you don't have any. But anyways, so wooden table tray, right? And then then put some elements, natural elements to it, and that's gonna be nice so that you can decorate your coffee table as well.
Even like, some vases like throughout the house. Like you mentioned earlier, like you have a vase full of fresh flowers and things like that. But you can get, like a different color vase, like a cream vase, a green, like an olive vase. You have different vases that you can use, different color to match the seasons, even not just vases, but like as we were talking about the throw pillows, or even like the oven mitts, the towel that you put, like, so that way when people go to your house, it's seen as if it's like, wow, I'm having so much fun, it's such a good time, like, wow, this is such a beautiful thing, and you didn't really spend that much money.
Exactly. Work with what you have. You have to work with what you have. Let's say, for example, you had a pillow where you had like a nice flowery cover, like I mentioned earlier. You don't need to go out and buy a whole nother pillow. Oh, but it's cute. It's not necessary. You can find something, an accent, something that can complement that pillow. Go around your house, see what you already have and what you can do to tweak it a little bit to kind of bring in that fall season. I love the fall season in the sense that, it's not hot, but it's not extremely cold. It's a nice temperature. Yeah, nice cozy temperature. You want the ambient in your place, your home, to be able to have that. And again, whenever you're hosting or you're receiving people in your house, you can be able to show all of that. You can be able to even give them tips like, hey, look, I did this. It was just $1 there at the thrift store and it worked out. And you can even turn it into something else. It's not something that you would say, okay, you know what, that's done, it's over with, or I got to put it away. No, you can be able to reuse it. Exactly. Reuse it for other things as well.
Or do DIYs, when you, like, let's say you buy a spray paint and you spray paint, the table or a dresser, or like, you have a staple piece, and every season, like, you're changing the color with the paint, you have like little stencil arts where you're just like airbrushing or air painting, like leaves or whatever into it. So it can be a fun day that you do with your kids, your family as well, to redo the house into fall by doing like DIYs. And you're teaching your kids also like that they shouldn't expect like brand new makeovers and things like that, but it's something simple that makes a big difference.
Make something out of nothing.
Exactly.
This is your chance and your opportunity. So for this fall season, make sure you do it. And it's also going to help you to create memories, to have quality time with your children, with your loved ones, and create wonderful, lasting memories. All right? But we're going to go on a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Don't change the channel. We will be right back.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Looking for a fun and creative way to introduce your little one to the Word of God? We've got you covered. The Universal Church offers engaging programs for children's ages 6 weeks to 14 years old, all designed to inspire faith, values, and joy. The CBC Children's Biblical Center and the TPG Teen Power Group, kids learn about God through exciting, age-appropriate exercises, stories, and lessons that make faith come alive. In the CBC, we're raising the next generation of leaders who will make a difference for the kingdom of God. Our dedicated teachers help plant seeds of faith that grow with each child. As the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. Come join the fun and let your child grow in faith and purpose. For more information or a location near you, call 1-888-332-4141.
What is the address of your emergency?
Come now, my daughter's unconscious.
How old is she?
16. She's on her back. Please hurry.
I'm responding with an AED.
Hold on, I think it might be, hold on. Up here!
Let me take over CPR. Sir, does she use narcotics?
It's hiding in the pills you just popped, in the blunt you just smoked, in the coke you snorted. It's everywhere. Fentanyl. This tasteless, odorless substance has been the cause of many overdoses across America. From teenagers who just want to have a good time, to addicts who have been getting high for years.
Multiple spring breakers overdosing, rushed to the hospital. The culprit, first responders say, drugs laced with fentanyl.
Fentanyl doesn't care who you are or how experienced of an addict you are. It will take you out without warning.
She supposedly had taken a Percocet, and that Percocet later, was laced with fentanyl, and that took her life.
This silent assassin has caused over 109,000 overdoses in just the first half of this year. That's a 44% increase in fentanyl-related overdoses from only 2 years ago.
I just miss her.
3 families.
It's just changed my world.
Brought together.
Julia's an amazing girl.
By unexpected grief.
How can you believe something like that has actually happened?
26-year-old lawyer Julia Garamani, banker and soon-to-be father Ross Matangi, and social worker Amanda Scher didn't know each other in life, but their families are helping each other cope with their deaths. It wasn't just cocaine they were ingesting. It turns out it was also fentanyl. How much did they find in what she took?
What she actually had, we're told, was almost all fentanyl.
Almost all of it.
That's what we were told by the police.
How many more lives have to pass away before you finally say, enough is enough? You never think that you'll be affected, but as long as you still keep using drugs, you're just as vulnerable as all the others. How many of them thought the same way, too? If you or someone you know is struggling with an addiction, make that tough call today. 888-332-4141 or text us at 888-312-4141. You won't be judged. We're here to help and care for you.
Loving the show? Let's keep the good vibes going. Follow us on Instagram for show clips and behind-the-scenes fun. Be part of the conversation. Join us today. Breaking the Silence is back. Let's keep the conversation going.
All right, y'all. So these two during the break was releasing forgiveness,
Yes. Yeah.
which was a great moment.
Yes. Well, I released forgiveness. She did it.
I was there.
Are you trying to say I
setting boundary and releasing forgiveness?
Oh my goodness. I am releasing forgiveness right now. And it's always important to do so. When you do it, you feel lighter. When you do it, it changes your whole mood. It changes the way you see things, the way you see people, because we also have to put ourselves on the other side as well. Whenever we fail somebody, we want them to do what? To forgive us.
Yeah.
So we have to be lenient and,
But also,
forgive.
we have to forgive ourselves too, because as we always say, we are our biggest critic. So it's like, I have mercy to forgive you, but if I don't have that same mercy for myself, then what's the point of having that mercy? Because then I'm blaming myself for all of these things, and I'm hurting myself at the end of the day.
Did y'all write that down? I hope y'all wrote that down, because that mic drop right there. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. You need to have mercy.
And we're entering a new season, literally.
Yes.
So why don't you enter a new season as well by releasing that forgiveness, and then you can begin rearranging your home, decorating your home.
Because it's so
start inviting your friends that you forgave. No, I'm kidding.
But it's such a cliche thing to be like spring cleaning, but it's like, I feel like with every season change, you should do something different. Because it shows like you're in a different mood, a different environment at that time.
There you go. How can you set the mood for something nice and calm and peaceful if you're struggling with certain things like unforgiveness and stuff? So give yourself that break. Give yourself that chance, okay?
And maybe release it by organizing, by cleaning, by doing something else, letting go of the past and starting something new.
I love that. Need I say more? No, I don't need to. But I do want to remind you guys about our QR code. We do have a QR code, and that will take you, straight to our page. That is breakingthesilence_. Talk Show. If there's anything that you would like for us to talk about here on the show, make sure you go there and let us know.
And don't forget about our hashtag, freedom and forgiveness.
There you go. They're so great with hashtags. I love these girls. Let me tell you, they're my greatest helpers because, ooh, child.
So you forgive us.
I forgive you guys. Do you guys forgive me?
Yeah.
We forgive you.
My goodness.
We're always here to have your back.
Women empowerment.
Group hug? Group hug? No group hug. Oh my gosh. They make me feel so bubbly right now. Don't hug me. No, I'm kidding.
We forgive you.
We forgive you still, okay?
But listen, prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves for this new season. Prepare yourself for a new and better improved you, all right? But that is all the time that we have for today. We're going to have to say sayonara.
Bye.